Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another method to read the data from file with the help of prepare and execute statement. In our previous session also, we covered the same thing, but there we were using only the prepare and execute statement, and also we covered one scenario where we were using the cursors along with prepare and execute statements, right? But this time we are going to see another statement which is values. Now values statement we can use in order to retrieve the data, or you can say in order to retrieve the value directly into the host variable. Okay, so before we discuss that program, the program name is statement 8. Let me show you one table and its data so that the requirement will be clear to us, and then we will discuss over the program. So here I will run one command strSQL. Now my query is select star from Sharmit1, which is my library name. After that I will simply write slash forward slash and my file name is students. Now suppose from these data I want to find out the maximum, okay, the maximum of the student ID. So for that we will use the values statement. Let's see how. So in program what we have completed so far, we have noted down this information. First of all, we are declaring one constant named as SQL state underscore valid with 5 times zeros. This constant we will use to verify the query, because whenever we are executing any query inside SQLRPGLE program, it returns some SQL status. Now if that SQL status is matched with this SQL state underscore valid, or you can say 5 times zeros, then it means the query has been executed successfully. But the moment when it returns something else, then there is something different, or you can say we are not getting the desired output from the query. Okay, so in short you can say we are going to use this SQL state underscore valid in order to verify the executed query. After that we have declared two variables here, SQL state stmt and w underscore student id. First variable we will use to prepare the string, which we are going to create with the help of statement prepare and execute statement. Second variable w underscore student id we will use to retrieve or to store the retrieved data from the query. Okay, now below to this we are setting the commitment control to star none. After that, here we are preparing the string, and here we are using that statement which is values. So you can see we are writing values and then parenthesis, and inside that parenthesis we are writing the actual query. So query is select max of student id from students. So this is the query, and this query we are running inside the parenthesis of values statement. So what values will do, it will execute the query which is stored inside the parenthesis, and then whatever the output we are getting from here will be stored into this host variable, which is a placeholder right now, question mark. Okay, so it basically run this query, and whatever the output we are getting from it will be stored into this host variable question mark. This is a placeholder which we will provide at the time of executing statement. Now to verify this thing, you can simply copy this portion only and then simply go and run this and hit enter. You can see here also it is returning the values as 600. So this value statement we can use in order to fetch the data. Fine, so string is prepared. Now what we will do, we will prepare the statement from this string. So for that we are executing the SQL and preparing the stmt1 from SQL stmt host variable. This is a host variable. Wherever we are using this colon symbol, it means we are providing the host variable. Below to this we are executing the statement. So to execute the statement, just write exec SQL execute stmt1 using, and this is the host variable which we are providing and which will be replaced by this placeholder value. So whatever value we are providing here will be used in order to store the output which we are retrieving from the values statement. Okay, so here it will execute the statement and store the output inside this w underscore student id. After that we are performing the basic validation. So here I am checking for SQL state. If SQL state is equal to SQL state underscore valid, then simply display the w underscore student id. Else if we are checking for the 2000, if SQL state is 2000, then simply display the end of file. Else you can simply go and write display error, display SQL state, and if and star INLR equals to star on. So this is the entire program where we are using the values in order to retrieve the value from statements with the statements. Okay, so let me compile this program and call this. So here you can see it is returning the value as 600. It means it is working as expected, because here also we are running the same query, or if you check the main table you can see yes, 600 is the maximum value for this entire column. Alright, so in this session what we have learned how we can use values statement in order to fetch the data from the query uh, and then we are using this values statement, or you can say the string which is containing the values statement in order to prepare the actual statement, and then we are executing it. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this session. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.